Hey guys, want to show your support to the channel and get some awesome rewards at the same time? Then go check out my Patreon page where at whatever tier you choose that fits your budget, you'll get plenty of rewards such as updates and announcements on the regular, exclusive sneak peeks of my videos before they go up online, get yourself credited, and receive a special shout out at the end of my videos and more. Go to patreon.com/AckleyAttack44227TV to start pledging today. And don't forget to also check out and consider gifting me any items I have listed on my Amazon wishlist and even supporting me on my Streamlabs tipping page that'll also help support the channel directly. Links are in the description box below as well as on my link tree for you to check out. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Take care. Hey guys, like what we do on our channel and want to see more videos from us? Then not to worry about a thing. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as turning on the notification bell so that way you can see more of our videos coming up very soon. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Hey guys, this is SamAttack4427 here, and welcome to another episode of WTPU, aka What the Pickup? Now, as you may recall, in the last episode of the show, which you can see right down over here, I talked about the Link Archer Amiibo that I actually got as another one of my Christmas presents that I actually got, and yeah, given to what I'm actually seeing, I'm really impressed with how well it actually turned out for sure. I really do think it is actually really nicely done for a really nice Amiibo for sure. And yeah, I guess pretty much of anything, I really do think they really did a bang-up job with, of course, this one for sure. Yeah, still retaining on the Link that we all know and love from the Legend of Zelda games, but really amp him up for, of course, what I'm actually seeing in the style of course, the Breath of the Wild game for sure. So yeah, I guess pretty much of anything, I really do think they really putting a lot of hard-working effort to make this one great for sure, and they accomplished that quite well for sure. So yeah, I really love what they actually did, hands down, and you bet it's pretty much going great alongside all the other pretty much Amiibos that I actually got for sure. And yeah, I'd be up for, of course, using that if I ever do get right on to playing pretty much playing Zelda Breath of the Wild for sure. And maybe I think it's sequel Tears of the Kingdom as well, so we'll have to wait and see on that. So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. I really love what they actually did with, of course, this one, and I really do think they did a bang-up job with, of course, that Sega Amiibo for sure. So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. If you want to check that episode out for yourself, then don't worry about a thing. There's a card over there over at the top right corner of the screen, as well as, of course, the link to it down the description box below. So yeah, I guess that's what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, whichever you prefer, go right ahead. I'll wait till you come back. Yeah, take all the time you need. I'll be here by the time you come back for sure. So probably just gonna be sitting here in my chair right up until you come back for sure. So no rush or anything. So yeah. And yeah, now that I've actually mentioned Legend of Zelda for sure, now I'm beginning to wonder, of course, how pretty much its upcoming feature film is actually gonna do for sure. I mean, I can see the potential and, of course, what they're actually gonna be providing, so maybe we'll wait and see on what will actually come up. And I'm just as surprised as you are, it's actually gonna be given to us from the director of the recent Planet of the Apes movie that we actually got. I mean, hey, if that director did a real bang-up job directing that said film, surely I think he can pull off pretty much some similar effort to, of course, that said movie that's coming up as well. So we'll probably have to wait and see on that. Alright, I guess if how you did already see the last episode of this show, we might as well go ahead and start up this episode as we normally do. Well, I guess we're now at pretty much exactly 250 episodes right now, and boy, I think it's hard to believe that we've actually made it that far for sure, so yeah. But I guess we're here right now to actually pretty much for, of course, this one for sure, and, well, I guess to pretty much help celebrate this occasion for sure, I think I might as well do what I do normally, hands down, because, yeah, surprisingly enough, as hinted from, of course, the last episode for sure, we're actually going to be transitioning back to, of course, pretty much Funko Pops once again, and, boy, I really do love some good old Funko Pops for sure. Well, I guess for the sake of this one, we're going to be talking about for sure. So it's come to this. I never thought I'd see the day that I would actually talk about this one for sure, but if you actually read the title of course, this episode for sure, let alone got me a hint from the previous episode, I think that would get you the idea, of course, what we're actually going to be talking about for sure. And what you may ask? Well, let's find out right now. Alrighty then, well, now that we got the introduction out of the way, we can now go ahead and reveal on what I'm going to be talking about for sure, in case you didn't catch the title or the hint from the previous episode for sure, and, well, to get you the idea, of course, what we're going to be talking about for sure, yes, we are going to be talking about a brand new Funko Pop that I actually got. But to give you, to help answer that little hint, of course, pretty much on what we're going to be talking about, well, allow me to put this pretty much in this simple term for sure. You see, pretty much to all of you people watching for sure, I do have one thing that I need to get out for sure, and, well, I guess pretty much on my part, there's two kinds of Barneys in, of course, this world. One is a walking, talking dinosaur that pretty much is pretty much popped up with much to our surprise that hardly anybody pretty much follows or listens to for quite some time. And the other is purple. And of course, the one we're going to be talking about actually fits in both categories for sure. So yeah. And I think that would get you the idea on what we're talking about. So here it is. So yeah, I guess as hinting from, of course, the previous episode, yes, we are going to be talking about this brand new Funko Pop figure that I actually got some time ago, but it's, of course, themed to, of course, pretty much the pretty much walking, talking purple dinosaur that we all know pretty much for some time now, which is Barney. So yeah, I guess it's come to this, people, for sure, but... And yeah, I'm just as surprised as you are, pretty much, when I actually got this for sure, but I think we might as well for sure, so yeah. I guess pretty much of anything to start things off for sure, I guess that would lead to, of course, the ultimate question for sure. Who doesn't know Barney for sure? Aside from everybody, so yeah, I guess pretty much of anything, if you were to ask a lot of people for sure, I guess there's no doubt in my mind that out of multiple children's TV show characters that we all know and love and have different reactions for sure, yeah, surprisingly enough, Barney is, of course, definitely one of them, hands down for sure. Oh, not just because that he actually made an impact for children all over the world for several years now for sure. To which, trust me, that's saying a whole lot, hands down, given to his lifespan for sure. But But yeah, I guess there's no doubt in my mind that whatever you may think of him for sure, he did leave a massive impact from a Viking Gatherer for sure, because yeah, back when he first started, kids actually really do love and admire him for sure. But at the same time though, he also got himself a different, pretty much a set of reactions for sure, with not just kids absolutely loving him for sure, but he's also garnered up a lot of infamousy, a whole lot, for a lot of people hanging on him for sure. So yeah, unless you're pretty much between the ages of 3 and 5 for sure, which is quite saying a whole lot. I guess pretty much of anything, a lot of people were literally split down the middle when it comes to Barney for sure. You either love him at a really young age or absolutely hate him at a really older age for sure. There was nobody that would find him as just, he's okay, so yeah, I guess pretty much of anything, it does actually really does surprise me when you think about it for sure, so yeah. But that's at least I can say, of course, that front. And if you were to ask me, well, I guess I do pretty much have do kind of have a split reaction nowadays for sure. Like, yeah, I think I do find it a little odd, of course, my part, but at the same time, I can see where they're coming from for sure. And you might be wondering, what do I have to do with, of course, this dinosaur for sure? Well, surprisingly enough, I do have a bit of a confession that I want to make for sure. Now, I guess if you were to ask me if there's any TV shows that I used to watch as a kid for sure, well, there's actually quite a whole lot for sure. In fact, if anything, pretty much most of my channel is, of course, devoted to, of course, Thomas the Tank Engine, one TV show made for kids that I actually do love and admire as a kid, and I actually stuck with nowadays as an adult. That's how great it is for sure. And, of course, there are several others that I've actually used to watch and grow up with as a kid for sure. And, of course, the one confession that I want to make, which is going to pretty much shock all of you guys, though you probably not, because I think you might have probably might be wondering on that for yourself. Yeah, my confession is that, well, as a kid, I actually did used to grew up watching Barney for sure. Yeah, I'm not making it up, hands down, so yeah, I guess as a little kid, hands down, aside from other shows for sure, I actually, I was actually one of many kids who actually used to watch and love Barney for sure. Yeah, I think surprisingly enough, I used to have the good number of merchandise for sure. I do have a few of the audio and soundtracks that they actually have. And growing up during the age of VHS for sure, I actually did used to own me a good batch of videos from, of course, that said show for sure. Whether it be pretty much full-length episodes of the TV show for sure, to, of course, his feature film, Barney's Great Adventure from 1998. And, of course, maybe some multiple specials from what I've actually seen, and, of course, a few of pretty much his stage shows that he actually used to do. Probably the most notable one of them all is, of course, when he used to do one over at Radio City Music Hall in New York City. You know the one I'm talking about for sure, so yeah, I guess there was a time when I was a little kid where I actually used to watch and grew up with Barney for sure. However, as I actually got older, I stopped watching him altogether for sure, because as I grew older and I started to grow wise, I really don't think he actually landed an impact on me, pretty much similar to how other shows grew some impacts on me, so pretty much around the time I got older and I'm actually, I was at an age where, of course, I was like in middle school or something, I pretty much got off my Barney stuff pretty much altogether, and I just gave it away to someone else, and, well, I grew out of him altogether, and I just moved on. And I guess since then, I've never delved into pretty much anything revolving around this dinosaur since then, for sure, so yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. So I guess for a while, I never really delved into anything revolving around Barney, pretty much since after I grew out of him, for sure. That was until I got this as a Christmas present, for sure, so yeah, you heard right there, I actually did get this as one of my Christmas presents I got some time ago, for sure, to which, yeah, I guess, if anything, I might have actually seen this pop up on social media, for sure, and, well, truth be told, I didn't have much interest in it at first, because, well, I just didn't think it would actually suit well with, of course, most of the other Funko Pops that I actually got. But my mom actually insisted in getting this for me anyways because, well, she thinks it's something that I grew up with during my childhood, which, yeah, give it to my backstory and my confession that I actually made. I think that makes sense when you think about it, so yeah. I guess it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front for sure, so. And I guess it is also kind of ironic when you... Now that I'm mentioning it for sure, because as of pretty much in recent years, Barney has actually made a bit of a comeback in recent years for sure. Again, I'm not joking from a Viking Gather, so yeah. So yeah, I guess I was quite surprised when I actually got this one for sure, but, and yeah, and given to what I mentioned earlier, yeah, I think I was a little hesitant on getting this, pretty much in wondering, of course, how it'll fare up with pretty much most of the other Funko Pops that I got before. But seeing how I did get this in my hands, I have to say, you know what? I'll make an exception for sure, so yeah. I guess I know it's kind of awkward for me to mention this for sure, but I think I'm still gonna give it a fair shot all the way and see on how it'll go for sure. So yeah, but that's exactly what we're gonna do. So yeah, I think I know I'm not gonna walk away from this for sure. I got a whole Funko Pop to actually talk about for sure. So yeah, and you know me, I really do love Funko Pops, hands down. So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, either way, now that we got that backstory out of the way, let's go ahead and actually talk about this one. Alrighty then, well, now that we finally got that overlong backstory out of the way, yeah, I think we can now go ahead and actually talk about this one for sure. And, well, I think judging from, of course, pretty much the box from Viking Gather, honestly, to me, yeah, I think I know part of me really wants to rip it apart and actually pretty much tear this thing a new one, but yeah, much like all the other people who would actually love to pretty much hate on the guy for sure, but to me, I actually think from my first impressions from the box alone, it's actually not that bad, to be honest, for sure. So yeah, I think from Viking Gather, I think I knew with, of course, multiple other Funko Pops that I actually talked about for sure. This one actually really is quite interesting for sure. Yeah, I can tell from, of course, what I'm actually seeing from the front of the box for sure. I think they really do have a lot going for hands down. Like, you can definitely see pretty much the Funko Pop itself inside from Viking Gather, to which, yeah, I think given to what I'm seeing from the front and part of the side, honestly, I think from what I'm actually seeing, it actually does look pretty decent for sure. I mean, I can tell from Viking Gather, they really actually do have a lot going for in pretty much keeping the design level of course, the character himself for sure, to which that's the one thing I do love about Funko Pops as a whole. And so yeah, I think given to what I'm actually seeing from the front of the packaging and the side, yeah, the Funko Pop figure version of Barney actually is pretty decent looking for sure. So yeah, and even pretty much the artwork they did on the box from Viking Gather is also pretty much done very decently as well. Like, of course, yeah, I guess you can actually see the part of Barney popping up along the side as usual for sure. But I also really do love on pretty much on the way they crafted the logos and stuff, hands down for sure. Like, Yeah, I think I can tell from Why Can't I Gather. I really do think it is actually quite nice from Why Can't I Gather for sure. So I'm really glad they actually did it. And not to mention the pretty much the yellow and dark yellow striped pattern from Why Can't I Gather. That alone is actually quite nice. Pretty much from Why Can't I Gather. And but yeah, either way, I think it's what I can say for part of the front for sure. And I guess on this side alone, yeah, I guess it is kind of what I expected for sure. And I guess going alongside this side, again, not that bad from Why Can't I Gather for sure. So yeah, pretty much just retaining, of course, on pretty much what the Funko Pop looks like for sure, and what you're gonna be in for once we actually get this opened up for sure. And yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. And yeah, and I think not just the yellow striped pattern on top, but also the pretty much the green in the middle, and also the light purple for sure, to which, yeah, pretty much with some patterns adding into it, to which I guess it doesn't look light purple to me. It kind of looks a little light violet? Is that the right way to plug it? Light violet? If it's not a real color, then it is now. I just made it up. Deal with it. So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front for sure. So I guess the side is actually not that bad for sure. And I guess going alongside the back from Why Can't I Gather, well, I guess pretty much of anything, yeah, pretty much going alongside the back from Why Can't I Gather, I do think some parts of it are really good, but others just kind of perplex me pretty much all the way. Yeah, again, I think with the pretty much nice color pattern they actually put into, of course, this one, I'm so glad that they actually pretty much kept it in for sure. Really does pretty much matching quite well, and even pretty much, yeah, and of course it actually does contain pretty much not just the Barney Funko Pop that has a showcase on the back, but also another one that they actually got on another character from that Sega show, which is Baby Bop. Oh, what? No other ones featuring the other characters from the show? Very disappointing. Yeah, I got nothing much else to say on that, so... But yeah, I guess you can kind of get the idea, of course, that front. So yeah, based on my first impressions from the packaging alone, yeah, honestly, I really do think it's actually done pretty decently for sure. Again, I think they really want to amp it up a bit for this being a Funko Pop for sure, but really want to keep the look and the style of course, pretty much Barney as a whole for sure, to which I can give them credit for all the way, hands down for sure. So yeah, I guess pretty much, if anything, I think it's all I can say, of course, that front. So I think for my first impressions alone, it actually is pretty decent, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I guess there are some parts of it that I do think are actually pretty good, but others I just kind of felt could have used a little reworking here and there to actually make it fantastic. But overall, not that bad for a first impression. So yeah, but I guess we can't waste on the packaging too long. Let's go ahead and get this thing opened up and see what we're gonna be in for. All right, all right. I think I got it. So, all right, and there we go. Okay, well, all right. I guess pretty much of anything. It looks like we now got this. Yeah, it looks like we now got this Barney Funko Pop out of its packaging, and yeah, I guess pretty much from the looks of it, hands down, yeah, I think pretty much through my observations, hands down, again, I think from what I can gather, it actually is somehow pretty decent looking for sure. Yeah, I think from what I can gather for sure, it's pretty much retaining, of course, the pretty much the looking design feel of course, the actual character himself from what I can gather for sure. And to me, I think yeah, part of me does kind of feel a little odd looking at him back now as an adult for sure, but but when being translated out to being a Funko Pop figure, I say he actually did the job pretty decently for sure. Yeah, I think you can tell from what I can gather, pretty much going from his head from what I can gather for sure. Yeah, I really do like the nice, pretty much way they actually designed out his head from what I can gather for sure. And obviously enough, seeing how Barney is, of course, based around pretty much a T-Rex, one of the most well-known dinosaurs for sure. Yeah, I really do think the head is actually shaped out quite nicely for sure. And yeah, I think I will say, I think probably from the looks of it, I do find it quite hilarious for the fact that his eyes are all in black from what I can gather for sure. To which, hey, I guess it's pretty much what we expect from some Funko Pop figures that we got before for sure. So maybe I guess it is kind of expected from what I can gather, but I guess for here, yeah, I do like what Funko actually did, but at the same time, it's kind of hilarious for sure. And even the nose, I'm not gonna lie, is actually done pretty good for sure. And his nostrils as well really is actually quite nice. Although I think I will say, going alongside his mouth for sure, I do find it quite odd, of course, the way they actually pretty much shaped out, of course, his teeth for sure. Yeah, I don't know if it's just me, or maybe I think looking at this, I might be comparing to maybe pretty much Ugly Sonic's teeth for sure, or of course human mouths with teeth that's photoshopped into some sharks for sure. Or I don't know, maybe it's just me for sure, but I guess either way, yeah, maybe I think they could have actually rework it a little bit from what I can gather. And of course, pretty much for the rest of the body going down for sure, right? Yeah, I really do think pretty much, if anything, his body from what I can gather, yeah, that alone is actually shaped out quite nicely for sure. Yeah, pretty much having it all in purple, pretty much for sure, with of course his belly being yeah, his chest area being all green for sure, right? Yeah, I think they really, yeah, I think he really did take up a lot of time and pretty much effort to really get that big of detail down for sure. And even the paintwork they actually did is actually done pretty good, I'm not gonna lie, So yeah, and even pretty much of anything, his arms and hands from what I can gather, I really do think are actually the right length from what I can gather for sure. Again, they really want to really try to retain the design of course, the actual, yeah, pretty much the actual Barney himself for sure. And I guess I actually do think it is actually done pretty decently for sure. So yeah, and even going along the back for sure, the way they actually painted out his green spots on the back going all the way down to his tail for sure. Yeah, again, details like that is actually done pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. So I guess I can give Funko Pop, yeah, I guess I can give Funko credit for doing exactly that. And of course, pretty much of anything, the tip of the tail as well is also actually quite nicely done for sure. And of course, going down to his feet from what I can gather, again, I think it's actually really actually done pretty decently for sure. I really do like the way they actually shaped out his feet from what I can gather, and having his toes and stuff being all just yellow spots for sure. To which I don't know if it would resemble, I think, his toenails or something. To which, yeah, I don't know if it's actually established, of course, all that in the show. Or I don't know, maybe it's just me, so. But yeah, either way, I really do like the way the feet are actually shaped out. And again, the way they actually pretty much put in the yellow spots for the toenails and stuff. It's actually done pretty nicely for sure. So, boy, I never thought I'd see the day that I would actually talk positively about this one for sure. But But hey, what can you do, hands down? So yeah, I think it's all I can say, of course, that front. So yeah. Alright, so yeah, I guess with all that said and done, that's pretty much everything that I can say about this one for sure. So yeah, I guess overall, this Funko Pop figure version of Barney from what I could gather, honestly, to me, yeah, despite a few issues from what I could gather, boy, I guess give it to everything that I actually said. It's actually not as bad as I thought it was gonna be for sure. So yeah, I guess much of my surprise, I actually really do like this one for sure. So yeah, I think pretty much of anything. Sure, it does have a few issues that I actually do find with it, hands down. But I really do like the nice, big of a strong, big of a hard-working effort they actually did to make this one work for sure. And yeah, much of my surprise, I think Funko Pop, yeah, pretty much Funko, actually did do a damn good job with, of course, this one for sure. Yeah, pretty much of anything, they really wanted to amp it up a whole lot to keep it in the style of course, pretty much a regular Funko Pop figure that we all know, hands down, amongst plenty of others that I've talked about for sure. But at the same time, they really want to try their best to still have the look and the feel of Barney himself for sure, to which, honestly, to me, I think he actually does result in, well, not perfect all the way, but still actually quite nice for sure. So yeah, I can't actually say this is probably one of my favorite Funko Pop figures nowadays, nor can I say it's actually that great. But much of my surprise, I actually do kind of like it for sure. And yeah, like I said, given to my current status with the pretty much the purple dinosaur nowadays for sure. Yeah, like I said, pretty much you can pretty much love him pretty much still, and you can hate him for what he is for sure. But I guess at the end of the day, yeah, I think I really don't think it's actually worth getting that angry over for sure. So yeah, I guess pretty much of anything, does this make it worth the recommendation? Well, yeah, I guess a little bit. In points, for while I don't think it's actually a great Funko Pop figure all the way, nor can I say it's one of my favorites, I definitely do think it is actually a pretty good one that I do think is actually well worth checking out for sure. So yeah, I guess pretty much of anything, if that's something you might actually look into purchasing anytime soon, then yeah, I do think this might be well worth the purchase. So yeah, you're probably not going to get a whole lot like I did for sure, but I guess yeah, I guess pretty much of anything, I do find it awkward for me to have this dinosaur back in my possession after so many years. But for a regular old Funko Pop for sure, it's harmless all the way. So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. Now you might be wondering to yourself, am I actually going to be revisiting pretty much Barney anytime soon? Well, probably not all the way, because don't get me wrong, I know he did make a massive comeback for sure, but honestly, to me, with where I'm at nowadays, for sure, I really don't think I'll have the time to actually revisit pretty much him, nor even the show again anytime soon, for sure. And I really don't think Barney is actually something to really actually pretty much grow a massive hatred for back then to nowadays for sure. I really do think it is one of those shows made for little kids, to which, given to where we're actually seeing with him now, I think it is pretty much the case of course, if you believe hard enough, you can fly. So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. But however, I will say this, hands down. For while I will not plan on actually pretty much revisiting Barney in general for sure, I will have plans later on for sure for a possible future family movie collaboration review that I might do in the near future, where I might tackle upon his feature film from 1998. And I guess if that being the case, I'm probably going to need help from Calorically or 9 on that for sure. Because yeah, trust me, I need all of his help that he can actually get for sure. So, and now I'm beginning to wonder if I pretty much if I would ask where is Calorically or 9 when I need him. Well, maybe for next time. So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. But for now, I really do think this Funko Pop figure version of Barney actually is a good one, I'm not gonna lie, and for while I can't actually say it's by all means great, I think I'll give it a fair pass, hands down for sure, and I know I'll definitely put it alongside all of my other Funko Pops that I actually got, so yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. And so, yeah, I think with all that said and done, that's pretty much everything that I can say for, of course, this episode. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest episode. And by all means, let me know what you thought of this one down in the comments down below. I would love to know what you guys think. So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest episode. And, whew, wow. Looks like we finally got done talking about this one for sure. Thank goodness, hands down. So yeah, my first attempt at talking about something revolving around Barney, of course, this show, and we finally made it through it just fine. So I guess now that we finally got that done for sure, looks like for the next episode, we're actually going to be diving back to another Funko Pop that I actually got for sure. But surprisingly enough, we're actually going to be transitioning over to a little something from Marvel, hands down for sure, and yeah, trust me when I actually say, I think we're going to be in for something really great with that one for sure. That'll actually get us soaring like a falcon for sure. So yeah, I guess I'll leave you at that hint alone. So I guess until then, thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, I'll see you in the next episode. Take care. Special thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon for making today's video possible, including my top tier supporters for this month, VD. So if you want to be like these guys and show your support to us, then go to patreon.com/AckleyTackTV to pledge now, do so, and get some awesome rewards within your budget. Hey guys, this is AckleyTack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with Sam the Thomas Fan 1, SamAttack4427TheThomasFan1 Productions for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, backley95@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as join our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and playing more in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and show your support to me on my wishlist on Amazon, and even supporting me at streamlabs.com/AckleyTackTV/tip that you can find in the description box below, as well as on my Twitch page. And in case you can't find any of the links that are provided, then not to worry about a thing. All the links and stuff are also provided on my link tree that you can also find in the description box below, as well as a few selected number of my social media pages. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.